Listen closely. The first step to becoming successful is not adding more people to your life. It is removing the wrong ones from your mind. Most men fail because they are emotionally crowded. Too many voices, too many opinions, too many messages demanding a response, too many weak attachments pulling them back into the same average identity they claim to hate. You cannot become untouchable while remaining available to everyone. You cannot build an empire while answering every emotional disturbance around you. Machiavelli understood this truth. Power belongs to the man who controls access to himself. The world respects the man who is difficult to reach, difficult to shake, and impossible to guilt. Detachment is not hatred. It is discipline. It is the cold decision to stop bleeding energy into people who do not feed your purpose. Your attention is not a charity. Your time is not public property. Your presence is not a free resource for anyone who feels lonely, bored, insecure, or entitled. From this moment, you stop explaining your silence. You stop apologizing for your focus. You stop letting emotional noise interrupt your mission. Let them call you distant. Let them say you changed. Let them whisper that you think you are better. Good. A man who is becoming powerful will always look arrogant to people who have surrendered to weakness. Comment this phrase below. I protect my energy like a throne. Write it like a declaration. Because that is what it is. You are not disappearing because you are broken. You are withdrawing because you are rebuilding. Quietly, ruthlessly, strategically. And when you return, you will not return as the same man begging to be understood. You will return as a force they can no longer access, manipulate, or ignore. Number 2. Stop feeding the need to be understood. The greatest prison most men live in is the hunger to be understood by people who have no capacity to understand power. They explain their silence. They justify their ambition. They defend their distance. They reveal their plans to people who are secretly hoping they fail. This is weakness dressed as honesty. A man who wants success must learn that not everyone deserves access to his inner world. Machiavelli would tell you that the more people know about your mind, the more weapons they possess against your future. Your dreams become targets. Your discipline becomes a threat. Your transformation becomes an insult to those who chose comfort over conquest. So stop telling everyone what you are building. Stop announcing your next move. Stop opening your soul to people who only study it to find the soft places. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is strategy. When you become quiet, people reveal themselves. They expose their envy. They expose their impatience. They expose how much control they thought they had over you. This is why detachment is dangerous. It removes the performance. It kills the addiction to approval. It teaches you to move without applause and suffer without witnesses. The world does not reward the man who is constantly explaining his pain. It rewards the man who turns pain into leverage. You do not need them to understand why you left. You do not need them to understand why you stopped replying. You do not need them to understand why your priorities changed. Your results will speak in a language louder than your explanations ever could. Comment this phrase below. My silence is my strategy. Write it because you need to remember it. Every time you feel the urge to explain yourself, breathe and stay cold. Every time someone tries to pull you into emotional chaos, step back and protect your center. A weak man reacts because he wants acceptance. A powerful man observes because he wants control. You are not here to be emotionally available to every confused person who misses the version of you they could manipulate. You are here to become unreadable. You are here to become disciplined. You are here to become the kind of man who no longer begs to be seen because he is too busy becoming undeniable. Let them misunderstand you. Let them doubt you. Let them invent stories about your silence. While they talk, you build. While they wonder, you rise. While they judge, you sharpen. Number 3, make your emotions obey your mission. A man becomes dangerous when his feelings no longer command him. Not because he has no emotions, but because his emotions no longer sit on the throne. Most men are ruled by moods. They wake up weak because they feel tired. They abandon discipline because they feel lonely. They chase people who disrespect them because they feel empty. They delay their future because they feel afraid. This is how the world controls them, through impulse, through desire, through insecurity, through the hunger for comfort. But the man who wants success must become colder than his impulses. He must learn to look at his emotions like soldiers under his command, not kings giving orders. Machiavelli understood that power belongs to the one who can master appearances while hiding storms. You may feel pain, but you do not perform pain. You may feel anger, but you do not become anger's puppet. You may feel loneliness, but you do not crawl back to people who weaken your spirit just to avoid silence. That is not love. That is addiction. That is dependence wearing the mask of connection. Detachment means you no longer let temporary emotions sabotage permanent goals. You train yourself to act from strategy, not reaction. When they ignore you, you do not beg. When they doubt you, you do not argue. When they leave, you do not collapse. You observe. You absorb the lesson. You return to the mission. This is masculine stoicism, not pretending nothing hurts, not becoming a stone, but refusing to let pain make you foolish. A weak man says, "I feel, therefore I obey." A powerful man says, "I feel, therefore I study myself." Your emotions are information, not instructions. Remember that. Comment this phrase below. My mission commands my emotions. Write it like a law carved into your mind, because from this moment, you stop being dragged by every wave inside you. You stop giving people the power to disturb your direction. You stop letting loneliness negotiate with your standards. Every empire begins when a man learns to govern himself. Before you conquer money, status, influence, or respect, you must conquer the chaos within. You must become the ruler of your attention, your reactions, your appetite, and your silence. Once your emotions obey your mission, people lose the easiest weapon they had against you. Number 4, turn loneliness into a private kingdom. Most men fear being alone because silence forces them to meet the version of themselves they have been avoiding. They fill every empty hour with messages, distractions, relationships, noise, and meaningless attention because they cannot stand the sound of their own unfinished life. But the man who is destined for success must learn to sit alone without panic. He must stop treating loneliness like punishment and start treating it like territory. Your solitude is not a prison. It is your private kingdom. It is where the weak version of you is studied, dismantled, and replaced. It is where you sharpen your mind without applause. It is where you build habits no one sees. It is where you become dangerous before the world notices. Machiavelli would understand this perfectly. A ruler does not become powerful in crowds. He becomes powerful in private, where he studies human nature, measures his enemies, controls his impulses, and prepares moves no one can predict. This is why your isolation must become intentional. You are not alone because nobody values you. You are alone because your next level requires a version of focus that average people cannot survive. Stop running back to weak company just because the room feels quiet. Stop confusing attention with loyalty. Stop mistaking constant communication for real connection. Many people do not love you. They love your availability. They love your emotional labor. They love the old version of you that responded quickly, forgave easily, and stayed accessible even when disrespected. That man must die quietly. Let silence bury him. Comment this phrase below. My solitude builds my empire. Write it because you need to stop fearing the very place where your strength is being forged. In solitude, you learn who you are without an audience. You learn what you want without outside pressure. You learn which desires are yours and which were planted in you by people who wanted you small. The weak man needs a crowd to feel real. The powerful man can stand alone and still feel complete. This is cold power psychology. When you no longer fear being alone, people lose the ability to control you with withdrawal. They cannot punish you with silence. They cannot trap you with affection. They cannot manipulate you with absence. You become free, and a free man with discipline is the most dangerous man alive. Number 5. Make success your only loyalty. At some point, a man must decide what he truly serves, not what he claims in public, not what he posts when he feels inspired, what he actually obeys when nobody is watching. Most men say they want success, but their loyalty belongs to comfort. Their loyalty belongs to distraction. Their loyalty belongs to women who confuse their mind, friends who waste their hours, family expectations that shrink their ambition, and emotions that change with the weather. They want the throne, but they still kneel before everything that keeps them ordinary. You cannot live like that anymore. If success is the mission, then success must become the highest law. Not people, not pleasure, not approval, not the fear of being judged. Success, the cold, demanding, unforgiving path of becoming better than your former self. Machiavelli would tell you that a ruler who serves too many masters eventually loses his kingdom. So stop serving every voice that calls your name. Stop rearranging your future to protect other people's comfort. Stop sacrificing your discipline for people who would not sacrifice their convenience for you. Your loyalty must become selective, ruthlessly selective. The mission gets your best energy. The mission gets your clearest hours. The mission gets your strongest attention. Everything else receives what remains, and some things receive nothing at all. This is not selfishness. This is order. A man without order becomes prey to everyone with an agenda. They will pull him, guilt him, flatter him, seduce him, distract him, and then laugh when he remains exactly where they found him. Comment this phrase below. I serve the mission, not the noise. Write it because you need to choose your master. Every time you say yes to nonsense, you say no to your empire. Every time you entertain drama, you betray your future. Every time you chase approval, you hand your crown to people who cannot even rule themselves. From now on, your success is not a dream. It is a command. You wake for it. You train for it. You study for it. You sacrifice for it. You disappear for it. Let weaker men call this obsession. Let distracted people call it cold. Let average minds call it too much. They do not understand that greatness has a price, and the price is everything that keeps you soft. Number 6. Become unavailable to manipulation. The moment you detach, people will test you. Understand this. They will not simply accept your silence. They will not calmly respect your discipline. They will reach for the old buttons they used to press inside you. Guilt, nostalgia, anger, seduction, pity, false emergencies, sudden affection. They will say you changed, not because they care about your growth, but because your growth has made you harder to use. This is where most men fail. They begin strong, then one message pulls them back. One emotional conversation breaks their focus. One person from the past appears with the right words, and suddenly the mission is forgotten. That is not love. That is conditioning. Dark psychology is simple. People repeat what works. If your guilt gives them access, they will use guilt. If your loneliness opens the door, they will use distance. If your anger makes you react, they will provoke you. If your ego makes you explain, they will accuse you until you reveal everything. This is why you must become unreadable, not cruel, not reckless, unreadable. A man who cannot be easily interpreted cannot be easily controlled. Your reactions are currency. Stop spending them on people who only want proof that they still have power over you. When someone tries to disturb your peace, do not rush to respond. Pause, watch, measure. Ask yourself one cold question. What does this person gain if I lose control? That question will save you from many traps. Machiavelli understood that human beings often hide appetite behind affection, envy behind advice, and control behind concern. Not everyone who checks on you wants you well. Some only want to know whether you are still within reach. Some miss the version of you that needed permission. Some hate the fact that you are becoming centered without them. Let them hate it. Your freedom will always offend those who benefited from your confusion. From this moment, your boundaries must become silent walls, not emotional speeches. Do not keep announcing what you will no longer tolerate. Show it. Stop replying to disrespect. Stop rewarding inconsistency. Stop negotiating with people who only respect consequences. The weak man argues for his standards. The powerful man enforces them with absence. Comment this phrase below. My standards cannot be negotiated. Write it because you need to become loyal to your own authority. Every time you lower your standard to keep someone close, you teach them that your self-respect has a price. Every time you accept confusion, you invite more confusion. Every time you forgive without change, you make betrayal affordable. This does not mean you become bitter. Bitterness is still attachment. It means you become clear. You see people as they are, not as your loneliness wants them to be. You listen to patterns, not promises. You study behavior, not apologies. You stop being hypnotized by words that are not backed by sacrifice. A man focused on success cannot afford emotional leaks. Every leak drains power. Every distraction steals momentum. Every toxic attachment taxes the mind. You must protect your mental kingdom like a ruler protecting the gates of a city. Not everyone enters. Not everyone stays. Not everyone deserves an explanation. Let access to you become earned. Let your attention become expensive. Let your absence become the consequence of disrespect. The more controlled you become, the more dangerous you become, because nobody can pull you into chaos without your permission. And once a man no longer grants that permission, he becomes almost impossible to defeat. Number 7. Disappear until your results become loud. There is a season in every powerful man's life when he must vanish from the noise. Not because he is weak, not because he is defeated, not because he has nothing to say, but because the next version of him cannot be built in public. Understand this clearly. Public transformation invites public interference. The moment you announce what you are becoming, people begin projecting their fears onto your vision. They question your discipline. They mock your ambition. They remind you who you used to be. They try to drag the old corpse of your former self back into the room and force you to wear it again. This is why silence is essential. A man who is serious about success does not keep broadcasting his hunger. He eats in silence. He trains in silence. He studies in silence. He suffers in silence. He lets the world underestimate him while he becomes something they are not prepared to face. Machiavelli understood the power of concealment. Never reveal the full shape of your intention before your strength is ready to defend it. Immature men seek applause before they have achieved anything. They want recognition for effort, sympathy for struggle, and validation for potential. But potential is not power. Intention is not power. Discipline repeated in secret until it becomes visible. Dominance is power. You must stop needing witnesses. If nobody claps, work. If nobody believes, work. If nobody checks on you, work. If they laugh, work colder. If they leave, work deeper. The strongest version of you will not be created by being understood. It will be created by being isolated from every distraction that kept you soft. Disappear from pointless conversations. Disappear from emotional drama. Disappear from rooms where your ambition has to shrink to keep others comfortable. Disappear from habits that keep your mind cheap. Disappear from the version of life where your attention is scattered like dust. You are not hiding. You are concentrating. A blade is not forged in the marketplace. It is forged in fire, pressure, and silence. That is what this season is. Fire, pressure, silence. Comment this phrase below. I disappear to become undeniable. Write it because it is the law of your next chapter. You do not owe the world daily proof that you are changing. You owe yourself results. The dark truth is this: many people are comfortable supporting you only when your dreams remain harmless. They will encourage you when you are talking. They will tolerate you when you are trying. But the moment your discipline begins to create distance, the moment your standards begin to rise, the moment your future starts making their excuses look pathetic, their support becomes discomfort. Let it. Their discomfort is not your problem. Your mission is not to make average people feel safe around your growth. Your mission is to build a life so solid that your silence becomes respected. Stop explaining the grind. Stop seeking permission to evolve. Stop giving previews of a life that has not yet been secured. Move like a strategist. Let them think you are quiet because nothing is happening. Let them assume you lost focus. Let them believe you faded. This is the advantage. While they sleep on you, you sharpen. While they forget you, you multiply. While they gossip, you construct. Then one day, your results enter the room before you do. Your name carries weight. Your presence creates pressure. Your absence creates curiosity. And the same people who questioned your silence will be forced to study your outcome. That is the power of disappearing correctly. You do not vanish to escape life. You vanish to become too disciplined, too focused, too valuable, and too controlled to be treated like the man you used to be. Number 8. Train yourself to need nothing from them. A man becomes untouchable when people can no longer bribe him with what he once begged for. Attention, approval, affection, validation, apology, recognition. These things feel powerful only when you are starving inside. But once you build yourself into a man who can stand on his own foundation, these weapons lose their teeth. This is where real detachment begins. Not when you block everyone, not when you act cold for performance, not when you pretend you do not care while secretly checking who watched, who liked, who replied, who noticed. Real detachment is when your nervous system stops kneeling. You no longer shake because someone is distant. You no longer collapse because someone disapproves. You no longer chase because someone withdraws. You no longer explain because someone misunderstands. You no longer perform strength, you become strength. Machiavelli would tell you that dependence is the hidden chain behind most defeat. The man who needs too much can be controlled by almost anyone. If he needs praise, flatter him. If he needs love, threaten to leave. If he needs belonging, isolate him. If he needs validation, mock him. If he needs comfort, tempt him. If he needs constant reassurance, confuse him. This is how weak men are ruled without even realizing they are slaves. Their emotions are remote controlled by people who know exactly what they crave. But the disciplined man breaks this system. He studies his hunger. He watches his attachments. He notices the exact places where he becomes needy, reactive, desperate, and foolish. Then he trains those places until they harden. This is not cruelty. This is sovereignty. You are not becoming cold because you hate people. You are becoming controlled because you refuse to be governed by them. There is a difference. A bitter man avoids people because he is wounded. A powerful man limits access because he is focused. A bitter man says, "I need nobody," while secretly wanting revenge. A powerful man says, "I choose carefully," because his peace has become expensive. Understand this deeply. The world does not respect emotional poverty. It exploits it. When you need too much, you negotiate against yourself. You tolerate disrespect for a little affection. You accept confusion for a little attention. You abandon your standards for a temporary feeling of being wanted. You give away your kingdom for crumbs, then wonder why you feel empty. That ends now. Comment this phrase below. I am complete before I am chosen. Write it because you must burn this truth into your identity. You do not become valuable because someone wants you. You become valuable because you have built yourself into a man of direction, discipline, silence, and control. Being chosen is not your crown. Becoming undeniable is your crown. From now on, you do not chase people to prove your worth. You prove your worth through your habits, your restraint, your results, and your refusal to betray yourself. When someone pulls away, let them. When someone doubts you, let them. When someone tries to make you feel small, observe them with calm eyes and return to your work. The strongest response is not rage, it is progress. The coldest revenge is not proving them wrong with words. It is becoming so focused that their opinion becomes irrelevant data from an old life. You must train your mind to stop asking, "Do they still care?" and start asking, "Am I still moving?" That question separates boys from men. Boys orbit around people. Men orbit around purpose. Boys fear being replaced. Men become irreplaceable to themselves first. Boys need constant signals. Men build in silence until the signal becomes impossible to ignore. This is the psychology of power. When you need nothing, you can see everything. You can see who respects you and who only responds to your usefulness. You can see who loves your growth and who feels threatened by it. You can see who brings peace and who brings addiction disguised as passion. You can see who deserves a seat at your table and who was only eating from your weakness. The less you need, the clearer you become. The clearer you become, the colder your decisions become. And the colder your decisions become, the harder you are to defeat. Do not misunderstand this. You can love, you can care, you can connect, but you must never need anyone so badly that you abandon the man you are becoming. Your mission comes first. Your self-respect comes first. Your discipline comes first. Let people earn closeness through consistency, not emotional performance. Let them earn trust through behavior, not beautiful words. Let them earn your time through respect, not entitlement. You are not an open door anymore. You are a guarded empire, and only those who respect the gates will ever enter. Number 9. Become too disciplined to be disturbed. The final shield around a powerful man is not money, status, muscle, or reputation. It is discipline, cold discipline. The kind that does not ask how you feel before it moves. The kind that does not collapse because the world becomes loud. The kind that does not negotiate with temptation at the doorway of weakness. Most men are not destroyed by enemies. They are destroyed by interruption, one distraction at a time, one emotional reaction at a time, one wasted hour at a time, one meaningless conversation at a time, one relapse into the old self at a time. They think failure arrives like a storm, but it usually arrives like a whisper. Reply to her. Check one more thing. Skip today. Explain yourself. Prove them wrong. You deserve comfort. This is how the mission dies. Not through one great betrayal, but through small permissions given to weakness. That is why you must become ruthless with your daily structure. Your routine must become a fortress. Your habits must become laws. Your standards must become non-negotiable. A man without discipline is open territory. Anyone can enter his mind. Anyone can redirect his attention. Anyone can purchase his focus with drama, lust, flattery, guilt, or noise. But a disciplined man becomes expensive to reach. He does not react instantly. He does not answer every call. He does not abandon his work because someone needs emotional entertainment. He does not let his mind become a marketplace where every fool can shout their opinion. He has gates. He has order. He has command. Machiavelli would understand this clearly. The ruler who cannot govern his own appetites will eventually be governed by those who understand them. If they know you are desperate for pleasure, they will tempt you. If they know you are desperate for approval, they will withhold it. If they know you are desperate to be respected, they will insult you until you lose control. If they know you are desperate to be loved, they will confuse you until you surrender your standards. But when discipline rules you, desperation dies. You stop moving from hunger. You start moving from command. You wake when you said you would wake. You train when your body asks for comfort. You work when your mind asks for escape. You remain silent when your ego begs to respond. You walk away when desire tries to make you stupid. This is how you become untouchable, not by controlling everyone else, but by becoming impossible to pull away from yourself. Comment this phrase below. My discipline makes me untouchable. Write it like a contract with the man you are becoming. Because understand this, success does not care about your mood. Success does not care about your excuses. Success does not care who disappointed you, who left you, who misunderstood you, who mocked you, or who failed to see your worth. Success only responds to repeated force, repeated focus, repeated sacrifice, repeated self-control. The world is full of men with talent who remain average because they cannot command themselves for 30 days without needing comfort. Do not become one of them. Do not be the man who knows what to do but keeps choosing what feels easy. That is spiritual cowardice. That is mental softness. That is the slow suicide of potential. You must become the man who can be tired and still move, angry and still controlled, lonely and still focused, doubtful and still disciplined, tempted and still loyal to the mission. This is where power separates itself from fantasy. Everyone wants the result. Few can survive the repetition. Everyone wants respect. Few can endure the boredom of mastery. Everyone wants to be seen as dangerous. Few are willing to become quiet, consistent, and unshakable when nobody is watching. But you will, because your life can no longer be ruled by emotional weather. Your future cannot depend on whether you feel inspired. Inspiration is for amateurs. Discipline is for rulers. The man you are becoming does not need a crowd, a mood, a perfect day, or permission. He moves because moving is his identity. He builds because building is his nature. He detaches because his focus is sacred. He stays cold because chaos is everywhere, and he refuses to become part of it. Let people test you. Let life pressure you. Let old desires knock on the door. You do not open. You do not fold. You do not explain. You remain locked onto the mission until your discipline becomes your reputation. Number 10. Return as a man they can no longer reach. The point of detachment is not to become empty. It is to become sovereign. It is to stop living as a reaction to people, memories, temptations, insults, loneliness, and approval. It is to remove every invisible hand from your throat and finally breathe as a man who belongs to himself. This is where the transformation becomes complete. You are no longer the man who waits for permission. You are no longer the man who explains every silence, answers every accusation, and opens every door just because someone knocks with emotion in their voice. You are no longer available to be pulled back into a smaller identity. That man served his purpose. That man taught you pain. That man showed you what happens when you give unlimited access to limited people. But now he is gone, quietly buried beneath discipline, distance, and decision. From this point forward, you move differently. You speak less, you observe more, you choose slowly. You leave quickly when respect disappears. You do not threaten. You do not beg. You do not chase. You do not perform. You let your absence explain what your words no longer need to defend. This is Machiavellian power at its coldest. The ability to control yourself so completely that others cannot control you indirectly. They cannot bait your anger. They cannot buy your attention. They cannot rent space in your mind with gossip, beauty, guilt, history, or temporary affection. You have become too focused to be distracted, too calm to be provoked, too disciplined to be seduced by weakness, and too self-respecting to negotiate with disrespect. Understand something. Success will demand loneliness. It will demand silence. It will demand that you disappoint people who expected you to stay useful, accessible, and emotionally cheap. Let them be disappointed. Their disappointment is proof that your boundaries are working. The world does not need another man who is easy to reach, easy to read, easy to shake, and easy to use. The world fears the man who can walk alone, build alone, suffer alone, and rise alone without begging for applause. That is the man you are becoming, not loud, not desperate, not chaotic, controlled, precise, dangerous in his patience, ruthless with his standards, calm in the face of loss, cold in the face of manipulation, loyal only to the mission, to his self-respect, and to the empire being built in silence. Comment this phrase below. I am no longer available to weakness. Write it because this is the final lock on the old life. Write it because your mind needs a new command. Write it because every time you say it, You remind yourself that access to you is no longer free. You are not here to be liked by everyone. You are here to become undeniable. You are here to build a life that cannot be taken from you by someone's mood, absence, opinion, or betrayal. You are here to become a man whose peace is protected, whose focus is sacred, and whose ambition is colder than distraction. So detach, build, stay silent. Let them wonder, let them talk, let them misunderstand. Let them remember the old you while you become someone they can no longer measure. And when the results finally speak, do not explain the journey. Let the empire speak for you. If this message reached the part of you that refuses to stay weak, like this video, subscribe to Machiavellian Mind, and turn on notifications. And before you leave, comment one final phrase. I choose power over noise.